Everyone, it's Professor Hall, and I want to go over the discussion boards with you. Before we take a look at the discussion boards, I just want to remind you that everything that's posted in this classroom is the property of the campus. So please make sure that your suggestions are relevant and that you make constructive suggestions to fellow students and that you keep it light and polite. That does not mean that I don't want you to be honest with your fellow students and point out things that you see that can be worked on, but always remember to point out some of the positive aspects of whatever their posts are. So let's go over the discussion boards together. Some classes require a discussion board every week, and some people use discussion boards in different ways. I like to use the boards as a place where you can use one of the most valuable resources available to you, and that is your fellow students. So as we scroll down, we see that this is the weekly attendance. Each Monday, mark your phone, go in and mark the attendance that shows that you understand what is due and to make sure that you are counted as present for that week. The water cooler is a wonderful place. It's open all semester. There are no minimum or maximum posts for this particular board. You're going to go in there and introduce yourself and get to know one another. The next board is the Basic Skills My Music. This exercise consists of embedding your song and that you've chosen, following the step-by-step instructions which are included here. You're going to post your writing here so that others can see what you have written and can give you some feedback and ideas. Now, this particular board does not require multiple posts. 3 are required. You can have many more than that, but 3 are required. That would be yours plus your responses to 2. Let's take a look at this discussion board together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read the PDF instructions, which tells me to go to YouTube, select the performance video of a song that means something to me, and post that here in the board. So I'm going to create a thread, and I'm going to scroll down when I create that thread, and there is the place for me to leave the message. I know you have to scroll down a little bit and that can be kind of confusing. So I'm going to put in the subject field my name, I'm going to click HTML, and I'm going to embed the code for the song. Let's see how we do that, and I'll do that with you together. Let's go over to YouTube and find a video that I like. You'll find one that you like. I decided on this one, and I'm going to share, embed, copy this code. Now I'm going to go back to the classroom. I've created my posting in my created thread, and in order to add that code that I just pasted, I'm going to click the HTML, and there's my box. And I'm going to come to the top of that box, and I'm going to post that same URL. And then down at the bottom of the box, I'm going to click Update, and there it is. Now, as you can see, this image is way too long, so I just right-clicked it, and that gave me these little toggles. And I'm going to make it smaller. Now, some of you know how to do that in the code, and you can do it that way, but sometimes I just like to make life easy and just scroll it over like this, and maybe I want to center it. Then below I have those little words that I wrote. There's my image. It's going to look yellow until I publish it. And then I'm going to click Submit. And there you can see it's all ready to go. It's all pretty. You can go in and just listen to it and then reply and give your fellow students a response. And that's how this particular discussion board works. Let's move on. And topics. This folder contains a discussion board that is created up to week 5. This can be open all semester, and for this one, once again, 3 posts are required. Yours and your responses to 2 others. Remember, this topic, and we scroll back up to what we did at the very beginning of the semester, was locked early in the semester. Now, maybe between the time of now and when you get to the point of creating your topic proposal, you may have changed your mind. Remember the rule that you have up to 3 times to change your mind. But by now, you should have locked in the topic that you know that you're going to be writing about. So in this discussion board, you are welcome to write more than 5 or 3 posts. You can write as many as you want, but 3 are required. So this is a fairly straightforward situation here. Same thing. Click on the week 5 topics, create a thread, and discuss and respond to other people's topics that you think are interesting. Now we come to the abstract and writing the abstract. And I've made this easy by listing when you post and what you post on those dates. As you can see, there are a total of 10 posts for this particular board. Post number 1 is where you will post your actual abstract, your first draft. 2 through 4, you respond to others, and then you revise, and you go through this process and all of these instructions. For this longer discussion board, there will be 10 total posts due. And this is where you will really use and enjoy using your fellow students. The outline is 6 minimum posts. Yours. And the calendar is included here. You'll check the discussion board due dates in the announcement board. When you write your discussion board information, remember to edit your work and write legibly so that other students can understand your ideas. Again, I've tried to include boards that are relevant, necessary, and don't lend themselves to just go in there, post something, and leave, but actually give you a chance to get to know your other students and what they will be doing. As far as the locking the topic for the multiple source essay, there's a tutorial there as well, and this is something that you did in the very first week of school. So again, that post for the topics isn't due until the 5th week, so take your time. You can be in there all you want, and you can certainly post before that in that particular post. The others have calendars and due dates and instructions. I hope that this covers the discussion boards for Research Writing 3345. And that concludes this tutorial.